Hello, good morning, guys, and this is Coding with Gautam. And guys, today we will be doing the level Cloudrip Siege level 5. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, guys, so our first thing, this level's in Cloudrip Mountain, and second thing, what equipment do you need? Well, the equipment you need is some really good armor. Try to mimic the equipment I have, and if you don't get this equipment, you do not have enough gems, then check out my other videos on how to finish levels to get gems. And if you follow me frequently and you finished all the levels that I posted on, then you can use my ladder trick, which I posted on my YouTube channel, saying on how to get infinite gems using ladders. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so you need boss star 4. I wouldn't say you need it, but just a boss star 3 would be enough too. Then you need good armor. Then you definitely need the stone builder's hammer. You need the infinite glasses, and then you need speed boots. And as I said, try to mimic me as much as possible. And if you can't, then well, try your best. Or at the end, I will give some solutions, other solutions for people who are a bit lower than level 5 and can't find a way. This works for lower than level 5. Well, for above level 5, I'll give you some ideas. And I will post on this like level 6, level 7, level 8 solutions. But now we'll just focus on level 5. So this will work from level 0 to 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So goal, at least one flower must survive. So here we are. So our goal is to keep one flower alive for at least 60 seconds. So you summon archers to defend the flower on the right. Then a catapult instantly demolishes the flower. But that's part of the plan. Then we just run and collect coins, and then we summon decoys. Decoys are the heart of this plan. Without decoys, this plan would be rubbish. So, first thing about decoys, everyone goes for the decoys. Even if they're near the flower. Because you see these guys, they're near the flower, but they're going for the decoys. So, plus for us. And then, second thing that's good for us is that they avoid the flower. And the flower is really small, so this is a close win. So, if you want, you could like change the guys you summon. Like you could summon soldiers, you could summon griffin riders, but if you want to summon 3 paladins, there won't be enough gold. And second tip. So the first tip, decoys are overpowered in this level. Second tip, don't use high paid units. Peasant is useless. Okay? The peasant is useless. Okay, sure, it helps you get coins, but where? The thrower shoots him with one spike or the thing she throws, and he's dead. So, and then everyone starts spawning, and that's before we can even get the decoys out, because we need gold. And so, that's why the peasant is good for some levels, but not for this, because he will instantly die. If he had more health like 500 or 1000, then he would be the great person for the job. So that's why archers, soldiers, and griffin riders are really good for this. And you can also summon arrow towers, but you would need them strategically placed, and they cost a lot, and they can't move. So that's why they do nice damage, but they can't move a lot. Yeah, so as you see, they do like about, yeah, 70 damage. So, now back to the code. So the friends function command friends. So the hero goes for items, and then you just ask the friend if they're a griffin rider or an archer to command friend to defend this flower. And then you just define enemies. Then enemies, so for enemy and enemies, if there's an enemy, you wait until the cost of 2 decoys is less than the amount of hero gold. Why 2 decoys? Because if you've been noticing, let me go to the screen. Yeah. So I summon 1 decoy to the right and 1 decoy to the left. Since we'll be attacked from 2 fronts, we have to be sure that we're protected on two fronts. So I summon decoys on both fronts. And you guys might be thinking, well, Gotham, the decoys are getting wasted because they're getting stuck in the fences. Well, they still even go for that. That's a plus because they can't reach it and they want to go for the decoy. Well, they can reach it because the fence does not do a lot. As we can see, it just shows up. Look, and next, then she can reach it with the club. Then she can just reach it with the club. Then Brawler shows up, he smashes it. And then the catapult is a really bad thing. It can wipe out. It can wipe up a flower in one hit. So that's why flowers are really delicate. They are not. They take like about 1,000 health or 1,500 health. And yes, now since we started talking about flowers, well, let me talk about these flowers. First, first, first one thing, they're kind of tough. They don't die a lot. Second thing, they reduce in size every time they get hit, so that can help you notice whether they got hit or not. Third thing, you cannot cast spells on them. You cannot cast invisibility. You cannot cast Urge Skin. You cannot cast Consec Ray. You cannot cast Light Shield. You cannot cast anything. But if you do a damage spell, like for example, like from Korat's Ring, where you take five hits and you unleash a wave of damage, that will affect these flowers. So that's one thing. And then second thing, these guys count as your friends. So the flowers count as your friends. So you might be thinking, well, that's not true. They're just entities. Well, let me show you. So for friend, let's just go run through our friends list. So friends equals here to find friends. Friends, and then for friend in friends, hero dot say friend dot id. Okay, so now you can see this. So I clicked run. Oh, and then spelling errors. And guys, Python very picky about spelling errors, so just check your code if you get an error. So flower west, flower east. Boom, proof. They count as your friends. So if you don't do the if friend dot type equals, they will be that we cannot ask the flowers to defend or attack or move or anything. So that's why you have to check for some code errors. Then so let's go over the tips. Tip number 1, decoys overpowered. Tip number 2, flowers count as friends. Tip number 3, use the fences. Tip number 4. Welcome to tip number 4. So tip number 4 is that headhunters, not good. Do you see these blades they throw? They still stay on the map. So you cannot just click a blade and see it as a thing. It just keeps going. So you cannot strategically avoid the blades, so that's why the blades are a big minus. So just saying, be aware of these blades. And witches, they heal, so if you summon some units and you ask them to target the witch, they have to be like paladins or very strong units. They have to be like artillery, arrow towers, or paladins. Maybe Griffin Riders can take them if you have more than like 5 Griffin Riders, they can take him. They can take the witch. But you could like prioritize your enemies. So here's from my point of view, here are the enemies from most dangerous to least dangerous. Catapult, first danger, instant death. So one shot from catapult, instant death. They shoot it in the middle, instant half health lost. And since it's like a circle attack, it affects people in your range. So even if you miss it, it's still gonna affect you a bit. Plus of the catapult is that it attacks the enemies too. So I had this run where the decoy was going for the catapult. So I think I can up here to find that run. But there was a catapult shooting, but then I had a decoy which was going toward the catapult. And then it ended up shooting so many enemies in the process. And then finally, when the decoy was right beside the catapult, it shot up and then it killed itself. So catapults are very strong, but they're kind of dumb. Next, Warlocks. Warlocks, not good. They can instantly, they have these laser shootings, Wait, I think I can find a Warlock over here. Oh, come on, there's no Warlocks in this run. Oh, it's because I ran this code. Okay. So, yeah, let me just see. Where is the Warlock? Yeah, so this was the run I was talking about. You see Shaman instantly dead. Now he's going to shoot that Shaman. And then he's instantly going to call for his death. So that you can use a catapult. Then let me try and find a Warlock real quick. Ah, yes. We found a Warlock. Okay. So a Warlock is somewhere around here. Yeah, there's the Warlock. Why is he so bad? First thing, he shoots instant damage lasers. Second thing, he summons skeletons. And third thing, he has this crazy spell. So let's go through them each by one. Damage, I don't know how much damage this does. It doesn't show, but you could go to the forums and search it up. I will search it up and I will post it in the description. Then, second thing, he can summon skeletons. He is a skeleton spawner. He comes like 2 every 5 seconds. 2 skeletons every 5 seconds. So that's why some people, when they do enemies, they loop through the enemy array and then they look for warlocks because they're very dangerous. Next and third thing, he has these crazy spells. Crazy spell number 1, the growth spell. Yeah. So the growth spell, it has the plant because it's growing. It instantly doubles their health and it gives them back health. So it can even make dead units grow. So that decoy was dead, but then he healed it to 1,000 health. That is 2 times its full health normally, and it's its half of health. 1,000 out of 2,000. It like times 4 his health, and then it like times 2 his regular health bar. So this growth spell very dangerous. Then you see the skull opening. I don't know what the spell is called, but the skull opening basically shows that, for example, you have live units. Like, for example, we have like a group of paladins going to attack him, and then he casts that spell. They will start saying ooh, and then they will attack you because they're on his side now. And then the last spell, I can't seem to find it. Yep, that's all the spells. The growth spell, the enemy changing spell, and yep. So now, third most dangerous, witches. No, yeah, witches. These guys shoot these slimy balls with a lot of damage. Then they have this ability to heal their units, which makes them even double the dangerousness. They can cast slowness on you, which is that chain, by the way. And they're just as dumb as the others. Then finally, we got the Chieftain. Seen very rarely. Seen in some skates, not in many levels. This is because Chieftain, well, she's a Chieftain, really good damage. She has this spell with the helmet with fire horns on it, which literally like levels up her comrades. So let's just focus on that when you cast a spell. Let's focus on this side. So then the Chieftain shows up, fast speed. Then this gives them faster like reload time, like the catapult reloads faster. Then they have then they can run faster, they do more damage. I don't know about the health. I think it does not increase their health. Wait, let me check. Okay. So we're just gonna briefly check if it increases their health. Okay, it does not increase their health. It just increases the stats. And then the spells I was talking about, then those guys are the most dangerous. Then headhunters, they can bash, which gives you lots of knockback, and they have these spinning rings, which once if they don't hit you, they just keep flying until they hit you or your friends or a flower. And then finally we got the regulars, we got the brawlers, we got the ogres, we got the throwers, we got the shamans, we got the munchkins, the normals. So that's all the enemies. And skeletons are above, or they're like with the ogres. They're like, yeah, with the ogres and the brawlers. They're somewhere between the ogre and the brawler. because they do nice damage, they move fast, and they are killing machines. So that is just an overview of the enemies you're going to be facing, so you can prepare accordingly. And now, here are some strats. So this one I call is a suicide bombing strat, which is basically, since you can summon fire traps, all I do is I lure all the enemies. I did this, it worked for level 1 and 2. So what I did was I just basically pulled all the enemies to me by just going in front of them, and then they attack me. And this doesn't work with decoys, as they always go for the decoys first, even if you're near them. So back to the strat. So I just go near them, and then I place a fire trap, and I just run into it, and then it blows up. I can survive because I have 3,796 health. That's not even my full health. Yeah, 3,853 health is my full health. And that the minefield just does like 500 damage, which can wipe out most enemies. And just a spoiler alert that you might die while using the strategy if you don't have good armor. Next strat, the strat of just spawning friends and asking them to do the work for you. This does not work when you come to the end, as you need a fast unit that does not cost much. And those two things do not go together. Archers, they're slow, they're long range, but instantly die. Look, see? When they work together, they instantly finish off that shaman, but they cannot see the catapults. They have like a very short vision range. Then soldiers, they're good, but they're not very good. They're like good at until some point, because by the time they go to attack an enemy, half of them will die. They're the cheapest to summon though. That's a good thing to note. Just 20 coins. And then Griffin Riders, it's kind of like a win-win. They're like medium priced, and then they fly, which they get hit, but not a lot, and they're fast, so they can avoid catapults, and that's another minus. Catapults can hit the slower units. Then Paladins, they can heal themselves, a very good plus. They have nice health, very good plus. Damage, nice, but price, not at all good. They cost, let's see here, let's say, cost of Paladin. Let's see how much the Paladin costs. So, so I click run. Okay, it costs 80 gold. It costs 80 gold. And with that, you could summon like three decoys. You could summon like 4 soldiers and so much more. Powered, really nice. Second one, the defense strategy, where you just ask them to defend a point. And then that's all the strategies I know. There could be many more strategies, like making a minefield trap around, which I did try once, but it's not efficient because by the time you go around by the time you fill this side with fire traps and you go to that side to start, this thing would have already blown up, and the flowers are kind of close in the range. So that's why. And that is all the strategies, and these are all the tips. So this is it, guys, a full guide to Cloudrip Siege. So these are the solutions, and I gave you a full guide, I gave you the enemies, gave you what to do, gave you the strats, and yeah, guys. So this is it. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. This is Cody with Gotham, and I will see you next time. Have a great day and enjoy your week.